Alrighty, you YouTube nerds. So I've been going back and forth and really trying to decide on a wireless guitar system. And after trying a couple different brands, I am now trying a third brand. However, I want to be noted that the last one that I tried, by the way, if you hear that, that's my dog scratching himself. Okay, it's done. So last one I tried was the newest updated Joyo set. And they were kind of cool just in general because they had like an actual charging dock where you just kind of put the transmitter and receiver into the charging dock and they would just charge that way. And I really like that idea. And it was the 5.8 gigahertz model. Relatively cheap by most standards. I don't know, 80 bucks I think I paid. And I wanted to like them, but I ended up not even doing a video review because every time that I was on a clean channel of an amp, and it didn't matter what amp I was using, I tried 3 different amps. I tried the Black Star, I tried the MT15, and I tried the Joyo Zombie. And every time I was playing on the clean channels, as soon as I would strum whatever note, chord, whatever it might be, I would get almost like a slight gain boost in the sound. And to be honest, it wasn't a good type of gain. It was more like a fart noise before the rest of the notes started ringing out. So every time I would hit something, like it would be a fart. It would be a fart every time. So I didn't even want to make a video review because I was that irritated, right? And then I thought about it later on and I realized that my active pickups were just basically too much for the transmitter. I'm assuming it's the transmitter to handle. It was too much of a hard signal, if you will. And I have no doubt, even though I don't have any guitars with passive pickups, not that I'm against passive pickups, but I shouldn't have to worry about it. You know what I mean? There should be either an auto adjustment in the transceiver and or in the receiver and transmitter, or at least a button to select between active and passive. I know that the X-Vive A58s, I think they're called, I know they have that option. But when I was getting ready to order them, somehow I'm on social media and I found a company called Cable Free Guitar that offered basically, supposedly, the same performance as the X-Vive for less money, quicker charge times, longer battery life. And again, the company's called Cable Free Guitar, CFG. And this is called the Sonic Sphere 5.8 gigahertz. I have not opened this box yet. I cut open the tape just 5 minutes ago. I haven't even tried it. I've got the amp on. The only thing, you know what I really gotta do is I gotta grab a cable for the output of the pedals into the amp because otherwise nothing's gonna work. And then we'll be stuck here staring at each other awkwardly. Okay, awkwardness avoided. That's such a shame. Okay, so as I'm opening the box, again, first time opening the box, who knows, they might not even be charged. This video might be for nothing. All right, yeah, got that, got an owner's manual, who needs that, right? And a little sticker that says, Cable Free Guitar, I went wireless and never looked back. All right. Neither one of these is labeled. I'm assuming there's a charger in here somewhere. And I'm also assuming that the transmitter and receiver is properly labeled. Okay. All right, so we got a standard on and off switch. Looks like a pairing button, possibly a power button as well. And this one actually says in nice bold letters, transmitter. So, transmitter. Again, hopefully it's charged. Who knows? Who knows? All right, so it's important to list what I have going on here. I have the guitar with the EMG81 in the bridge. Primarily is what we're going to be using. Damien Platinum FR. And we're going from the transmitter to the receiver into my pedal board, which is the tuner. Once I plug it in, there we go. It's going to be the tuner to the overdrive pedal to something, delay. I kept the delay in the pedal board. It actually sounds really good. Wah, delay to the wah, wah to the decimator 2, and then cable into the amp. All right, so let's see. I'm going to turn both of these on. The little switch. I got a blue light here. What do I got here? I've got a blue light here that's blinking. And it blinked once. Let's see if it's already connected. Because it does say it passed quality control. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to listen for that fart noise that I was telling you about. What I got with the Joyo. Like I said, just clean channel, medium picking. Not necessarily super heavy or hard picking, but we'll call it medium. Still got it. Okay. So what that means is two things, two possibilities. I'm not sure that this, I don't think there's a way to tell if it's fully charged. What's this? Not a button, I can tell you that. Okay. So let's see if we could try changing the channel here. I'm gonna hit it once. Okay, nothing happens. I'm gonna hit it, I'm gonna hold it down and see what happens. All right, it's blinking. Okay, so both are blinking. All right, that's blinking. All right. I'm still getting a little bit of crackle there. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing, and by the way, this is always an excellent way to test a guitar wireless system of any kind, whatever the brand, make, model, whatever, is on the clean channel with your gain, you know, definitely below half depending on what amp you're using, but as clean as you can make the signal. So for reference, I'm going to turn the volume up halfway, but I'm turning the gain almost all the way down. I'm going to use the volume control that way. Okay, so medium style picking, no harder than I would play, you know, at a show or, you know, a rehearsal. For sure, 100%, it's already better than Joyo, the Joyo wireless system. Because when I hit it, when I hit the strings, I strum the strings normally like I would playing clean. is a very slight, I mean super slight gain increase. Like it's almost not even noticeable. The only reason I notice it because, well, I'm me and I'm standing in front of my amp on a clean channel, so. I sound like I'm out of tune a little bit. Yeah, that's the problem when you go from a cold official studio to back home where it's a little warmer. You know, we keep it 74 degrees in the main studio with all of us, and here I keep it at about 78. You know, I'm in Las Vegas in the desert, so air conditioning doesn't come cheap. So that's the real reason here that I'm like always having to tune. Every time I upload a video, it's like, and I have my Evertune guitar. I should have just grabbed that, but oh well, no harm, no foul. Okay, so I think overall it's actually not bad. I think it's a lot better than the Joyo. I want to say I paid about 115 for this set. And, that was, 15. It's about 40, 45 bucks cheaper than the X Vives. But I think overall, if you want the best quality for around the $150 range, I think the X Vive A58s, I think they're called, I think those are going to be the best. Only because my bassist has them and I used them, and it was pretty good. But the sound quality was really pure. But I did notice a little latency that I wasn't fully comfortable with. If I was just a rhythm guitarist, that'd probably be okay. But these, I will say, have lower latency to the point where that tiny extra little bit of gain, just that tiny extra here, is completely worth the price. Not just in money terms, but in terms of I can deal with this very small amount of added gain on the clean channel for less latency, because at the end of the day, latency is going to do way more damage to my sound and overall performance than any small amount of gain added on. Let's switch over to the high gain channel and see what that sounds like. Latency, very low. I'm going to walk about 20 feet that way. 15 feet. I'm going to walk about 15 feet over here. I'm going to play. I'm going to listen to the latency myself. And I'm going to tell you back. I'm going to tell you back. I'm going to come back and tell you the end result of what my thoughts are in terms of, is it worth keeping, is it not worth keeping, or is it worth burning? So give me a second. Let me go over here, about 15 feet away. Let's see what happens. Now closer to 20. Okay, so it was actually closer to 20 feet. The way I see it is them operating on a 5.8 gigahertz it's technically a more stable direct connection, because almost every other device especially that's wireless, operates typically anywhere between 2 and 4 gigahertz. So 2.4, for other wireless systems is definitely more common. So I don't think having a 5.8 gigahertz means that the connection is necessarily faster or stronger, just more stable because it has less interference. So really what it comes down to is, if you're looking at a 5.8 thinking that it's better overall, don't be mistaken. But I can tell you right now that overall I actually really am liking CFG Sonic Sphere, the 5.8 gigahertz. If I wasn't in such a busy metro area like Las Vegas here in Las Vegas, then I would have no problem using the 2.4 gigahertz or whatever model they have. I really enjoy it. So that's the bulk of it right there. Great. I think they're really good. I think that, especially for the price of $115 out the door, straight to me, I can't complain. One thing to note, and that is for if you're new to wireless guitar systems, overall they do have a tendency to be a little noisier. Okay, so if you're doing a lot of quick stops, right, you're gonna have to set your noise gate just a tad higher, just a tad. That way it cuts out any additional interference that's lagging behind that note. or that quick stop that you did. So anyway, and that goes for all wireless guitar systems. It's not something that can be avoided ever, at least not in this century or in this decade. So anyway, if you guys have questions, let me know. If you guys have experience with cable-free guitar, one of the Sonic Spheres, if you have a different model, let me know. Let me know what you think of it, if you tried it. And other than that, keep rocking.